right, first things first. I'm calling out someone right now. Fuck you, Rocky.
Yeah, fuck you, Rocky. Take 2.
We had a good start there. It sounded good. I thought it sounded good. I thought I said some funny stuff. I was smoking my cigar. I made a vape joke. So fuck you, Rocky. I hope you know. I know you're just a dog. Fuck you, Rocky.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Anyway, hey, what's up, guys?
Once again, that's why we need the studio.
Yeah, studio.
So
donate to our Patreon, $2,000 a month.
Yeah, you get nothing. We'll send you some fucking cigars.
I'll send you a picture of my. No, we're not.
I'll roll you some cigarettes. Okay, so we got Jimmy here. We got Jake here.
Yeah,
we got
I'm
Jamie here.
Yeah, we got Jamie, aka Mike. His real name's Mike. We just call him Jamie.
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan's.
I would like to say I changed my bio on Twitter to aka Fake Jaime.
Yeah, I seen that.
I got a bunch of follows after that.
Get the hell out!
Shit,
really?
Look at that. Nice.
Wow, that's wild. It's fucking crazy.
Awesome.
Twitter's crazy.
That's the future.
Yeah.
That's the future. Back in my day, we were wiping our asses with toilet paper.
Oh, back in my day, when I was a kid, we had to use corn cobs yet.
Yeah, back in my day, we used ferns. So what's up, guys? I'm Jimmy. Got Jamie. We got the crew here. It's podcast time. We're gonna talk about some stupid shit about a stupid ass person who I hate.
Yo! It's my girl.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Marilyn Manson,
Marilyn Monroe,
lead singer of REM.
Dude, what a dick. Marilyn Monroe's birthday was Friday.
Yeah.
June 1st.
So it's time. Oh yeah, it's your birthday. Is it your birthday today?
No, my birthday was June 1st.
What day is it today?
It's the 3 big ones on June 1st. It's Marilyn Monroe, Jake, and it's the first day of hurricane season.
What day was your birthday, man?
June fucking 1st, dude.
No, what
Friday.
day? So was that that morning?
Friday.
Oh, so I wasn't working with you that day.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say
no.
sorry for not saying happy birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, you weren't there, man.
You're 9 million years old.
Yeah, something like that.
So.
Oh, and Marilyn would have been 92.
Wow.
On Friday.
You know, how old's Betty White? Can you look how old Betty White is?
So
we're going right off with conspiracy theories. I'm gonna throw this out right now. Marilyn Monroe is actually Betty White.
Oh God. That's gross.
Marilyn Monroe never died.
She's 96.
There you go. It lines up.
Oh, wow.
There you go, people. The fucking code has been cracked.
Okay, Alex
Marilyn Monroe is
Jones.
Betty White.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid. Oh, is that you? I thought that was the dog growling. Anyway, back on my rant. Fucking Marilyn Monroe's Betty White. You can't change my fucking mind. You know, I have the files. My insiders tell me that Betty White is indeed Marilyn Monroe. She survived the bullet.
Wow. Bullet?
Nobody shot her, dude.
Yeah, no one fucking shot her, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, the song.
Song. Go ahead, give me the song.
Oh yeah, that's a band out of Pennsylvania, new band, up and comers, not up and comers like the porno up and comers. Remember the up and comer pornos?
No.
Yeah, there's like 100 and something. Yeah, this guy with like this crooked dick. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
The band. It's actually a band called Monkey Face.
Okay.
And that song in particular was Cancellation. And that's from the album Ambien. Huh.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know where there's some Freudian thing going on in my head, like a Freudian.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So that's that. Before we get into the great Marilyn Monroe. Nexium.
Nexium update.
Of course, Nexium update.
We need to get like a jingle for the Nexium update, like a kitty jingle, like the sound of bells, like
yeah, Nexium.
It's Nexium update.
Branding for everyone.
The word of the day is rape.
It's not really a big update, but I seen a couple of articles and I just thought it was real interesting because I never would have guessed this. But when we talked about the Nexium. Sex cult freak fuck assholes. We were talking about how the ladies had to get branded. You know, they got branded with the little thing above their chochi, their chucha, the hoo-ha, the diwa.
Hell yeah. That's the way I
Well,
like it.
apparently that little branding thing, the head guy there, the Keith Rainier, that wasn't his deal. That wasn't his.
He didn't oversee that.
No.
Who did that?
It was the girl of Smallville fame.
Oh, fuck,
Allison,
no shit?
Allison Mack.
Wow.
That was her idea to brand these chicks.
I hope you guys didn't like her. 'Cause she's a dick.
Dude, that bitch is twisted.
So I have to ask,
bitch.
why aren't we seeing any of this on the news?
Well, they're too busy talking about
Russia.
Russians and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't actually cover fucking news.
Liberals caught
So-
doing dirty things in a sex cult. Never mind.
So that's that. So that's our little Nexium update. There's some other things I wanted to say, but I fucking forget. It's been such a fucking fucked up week. I did want to get you and Jamie's or Mike's take on
Yes.
the cancellation of Roseanne Barr.
You really want to know my take on it?
Yeah, just your 2 cents. I'm just curious. We haven't talked about this.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
haven't
And I don't
talked.
mind talking about it, man. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get a little bit political here. Here's my opinion. I think it's a little bit silly. I mean, listen, I'm all about free speech, even if you say racist shit, man. Because listen, if you protect a racist right to free speech, you're protecting everybody's right to free speech. So like, you got to protect the idiots too. I know that sounds really weird.
Yeah.
But, like, here's my thing with Roseanne. First things first, she said it to a white lady, so I don't understand what the fucking problem is. Secondly, I don't know. It'd be one thing if she said it to an actual, like, person of color. Then it would have been an issue, I guess. Yes, it would have been a directly racist thing to say. But that shouldn't reflect on any sort of professionalism. In fact, these actors they're fucking human, man. I mean, I say fucked up shit all the time. You know, it's like
Yeah, you definitely say fuck
yeah,
up shit.
off the podcast, I say all kinds of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, when's somebody gonna overhear me and be like, let's say the podcast gets big, and I just, I'm just being me, joking around, saying something fucked up,
joking around with
Well,
some friends.
Yeah, what if I get fucking sponsors get pulled, people stop donating to the Patreon,
Yeah.
people stop following the fucking podcast. It's like, because what I said on my free time affected your perception of what I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I really like Radiohead, but I know they're a bunch of fucking globalist assholes. I don't like Radiohead's opinions, but guess what? I really like Radiohead's music, the music they make. So I keep listening, and I try to pretend that I don't know that.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. Roseanne Barr, if you look at her Twitter, it's full of all kinds of crazy whack job shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Why can't she just do that? You're watching the show for the fucking show. You're not watching the show for fucking Roseanne.
Yeah.
I mean, you are, but you're watching it for the show itself.
Yeah.
You're not watching it because you want to know Roseanne's actual opinions. The fuck?
Yeah.
You're watching it because it's a goddamn show. Why the fuck do you care what she says on her free time?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
So-
I 100% agree. That, it's her own Twitter. She should be able to say what the fuck she wants on it. The only problem I really had about it was that's her show, and she should have at least had thought about with everything.
Yeah.
With everything she says.
Well, it's like
that
with
there's
this
a lot of people
podcast.
depending on her.
Yeah.
It's
A
like
lot
with this
of people.
podcast. I make sure to
She
watch what I say.
fucked a lot of people.
Yeah, she did. A lot of people got hosed over, lost their jobs.
Yeah.
But
That's the one thing I did say against Roseanne, is that she does need to realize that she doesn't live in this world that she wants to pretend that she's living in. This like free speech world, which it should be.
Yeah.
That's what I think it should be too. But that's not the fact of the matter. Right now, everybody's sensitive. You say someone looks like a fucking ape who's a white person, and all of a sudden, fucking Twitter blows up and you lose your show.
Yeah.
So you need to be wary of that.
5 hours.
You have responsibilities.
It took ABC 5 hours to cancel her show.
And then there's favoritism. Then you got
But-
people saying fucked up shit on other television
but
networking
but
things.
Don't worry, you can call Trump's wife a cunt. And
Totally
no
get
big
away with it.
deal.
Yeah, it's okay. You can assault whoever you want, as long as you're a liberal.
Okay, so
I hate to be political, guys, but listen, it's just the fact of the matter. It's just the fact of the matter. If you want, let's be real. If you have a conservative opinion, you're outed. You're just outed.
okay, so here's my 2 cents? Is that what
Go
it's
ahead.
called?
Yeah, give us your 2
Okay,
cents.
here's my 2.5 cents. I turned 41 Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so that puts me around since the late 70s. I started to develop knowledge through the mid 80s, early 80s. I grew up on George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy.
Fuck yeah.
And
I look up to those guys.
those guys wouldn't have careers today. And I think everyone needs to grow the fuck up, take a fucking joke, suck my dick. That's my 2.5 cents.
I fucking agree. It's just that like I said, I agree 100%. The problem is that like if you, it's like Mike said, there are a lot of people with jobs on the line, and you need to realize that you have a responsibility. Like you're in a team now. Like let's say for the night crew that we work on, let's say me saying bad things could get the whole night crew screwed over.
Yeah.
Like then I would feel really bad. Except for if I say something bad, it's just gonna be me who gets in trouble. So I say bad shit.
Yeah. All right. So that's the Roseanne thing. All right. Anything else fucking happened this week that we fucking hit real quick?
North Korea, man. North Korea's going to the summit.
Yo, did you see that video of Kim Jong-doo? Fucking, he was supposedly touring the country, and he's seeing all the poverty and shit. Yeah, it was a video that leaked out of North Korea. I don't know if it's real.
Who went?
It was just Rocket Man. Rocket Man was touring some parts of his country.
Yeah.
And apparently they got him and his sister on fucking camera crying.
So they didn't know?
Dude,
I don't know.
It might have been a ploy, or the
look
video might be
to look
fake.
sympathetic.
The video might be fake, but dude, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I just think it's cool that North Korea is being cooperative for once.
Did you see the
It's
size
a step
of?
in the right direction.
Did you see the size of that envelope he sent Trump with the fucking letter in?
No, how big was it?
It was gigantic. It was a gigantic envelope for just a letter.
Yo, imagine if it wasn't even a letter. It was just a picture of Kim Jong-un and Trump holding hands. Like, kind of lettered with crayons.
Or it was a picture of his, sister naked, spread out over a tank.
Ooh. Thanks, Kim.
Wow.
Very cool.
All right. That's fucked up. All right. So we're going to talk about... Marilyn Monroe. Probably some really fucked up Hollywood shit to go along with it.
Fucking fans fucking up.
Maybe some presidential penis.
Presidential penis.
And
it's never a party without presidential penis.
Yeah. So everyone's got to know Marilyn Monroe, or at least heard her name or seen her pictures. Her real name wasn't Marilyn Monroe. That was like her.
Yeah, her name's Marilyn Manson.
That was like her stage name.
Yeah, when she was touring with
Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Export. Hey guys, the first YouTube video is finally exported. It's gonna get uploaded right now.
So her real name was Norma Jean Mortensen.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what was it? Norma?
Norma Jean Mortensen, which I think she later switched to Baker. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
So she switched her name multiple times.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works.
That's interesting.
But the poor girl didn't know. She had no clue who her father was.
That's crazy because I really like her one song, "Beautiful People" or whatever.
She didn't.
No, I'm kidding.
She didn't have.
Continue. I'm done with the jokes.
She didn't have a dad, so that may explain a lot of the path she took.
Upcoming stuff.
Yeah. She didn't have a dad. Her her name was Gladys.
Gladys.
Yeah, Gladys. And Gladys was a little batshit crazy. She really couldn't take care of this girl.
What do you mean by batshit? Was she like bipolar?
No, she was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I don't know too much about like neuroscience or anything like that. Yeah. But I wonder if shit like that's hereditary. I wonder if Marilyn Monroe is fucked up.
That was one of her fears.
That she was fucked up and she didn't know it?
Yeah, that was one of her fears. Everyone said everyone that would give interviews about it, oh, she wanted the family, she wanted the.
I'm gonna need to get bigger cigars next time. I'm gonna have to go to the cigar store.
She wanted to have children and shit like that. But if you talk to other people that were close to her, like super close to her, which not many people were, she was like, yeah, I can't have kids because they'll come out all fucking retarded and fucking fucked up and shit.
Yeah, I don't know how genetic that kind of stuff is, but like. Like, one thing I really worry about but you make fun of me all the time because I look up symptoms online.
Yeah, you're crazy with that.
Yeah, well, like sometimes I look up symptoms of like oh, what are some signs that you're schizophrenic? Oh wow, I have some pretty weird similarities here. But who knows? If I'm a schizophrenic, then I'm dealing with it good. So, but I understand the fear, man. I wouldn't want to be a schizo.
So she spent a lot of time away from her mom, living with relatives, in and out of foster care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a fucked up life for her. She actually she was molested too several times.
By who?
The first time was with this. She stayed with this woman, Grace Goddard,
mm-hmm.
and her husband, Irwin.
Mm-hmm.
And Irwin got a little freaky on her.
Okay.
So they moved out. She stopped staying with them for a while. Dude, it was so hard to to put her life in order, her early life, because it was just so fucked up. It was like 6 months with this person, 12 months with this person. Her mom went in, she got help, and she came out of the hospital, and Marilyn lived with her, and her mom bought a house in Hollywood, and she actually shared the house with 2 actors, an actor and an actress.
Well, you know what? You know what my opinion is? Maybe she should stop standing on top of those air grates where it's blowing up her skirt. Then maybe she'd stop tempting all these guys. I'm just saying. I've seen a couple too many pictures of her holding her skirt down on top of one of those air vents.
Yeah, they're pretty hot. There's a story behind that, too.
You know what? If she keeps it up, maybe I'll molest her, too.
Wow, what the fuck, man?
Just kidding. She's dead.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up, dude. So anyway, these people, and I love this woman's name.
Keep going, by the way.
The
I'm
actor.
grab water. You got water in there?
I guess.
I'm going to grab water. Keep going.
So her mom shared a place with an actor, George Atkinson, and his wife. Get this name, Maud. These names, like when I was researching this, all these names from back then are so like fucking, like Maud.
They're very 50s names.
Fucking Gladys and Maud. I mean, yeah. So she lived with George, and
You sound like names that were from my grandparents' era. So
yeah, they're fucking trippy.
Yeah, you don't hear that kind of name anymore.
So she lived with George and Maud Atkinson. They lived there together. And then once her mom got put away again, then she had like a super fucking breakdown, where she actually had to go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She had to actually go to a mental ward. And back then the mental wards, they were shit out of fucking horror movies, man.
Yeah. That's one thing I am knowledgeable about is that they used to torture the
yeah.
It was more of a prison to separate these people than it was for care. It was more like we need to get these people out of society.
Yeah.
And less of we need to help these people. So
yeah, so she went through some shit there. But while they were living there, good old George Atkinson, he was playing a little stink finger there too. So he was molesting her too.
So how old was she at that time? Do you know?
That was in 33. So 33, she was born in 26. So that puts her at...
What, 13?
Yeah, something like that.
26 to 33?
Yeah.
Is...
Yeah. You can see we're all mathematicians.
Wait, she was 9?
7.
Oh, God. I'm fucking retarded.
Wow. I didn't...
Jesus Christ.
I fucking agreed with you.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 plus 5 is 12. Oh my God.
Well,
this is why I talk into a microphone.
I was going to say, was she at least a teenager? Was she at least appealing to these men? Like, what the fuck? No, she was she's fucking 7 years old. These guys are sick fucks.
Dude, the more I looking into this shit, God, dude, you thought the fucking pedophilia shit was bad
sick.
now. Back then it just seemed...
That's what I was telling you about the last episode.
Dude.
When I said it in the last episode, I was like, dude, if you look at it now, Like, pedophilia is not as bad as it used to be.
What
Look at it.
What was that one we got on that one night at work? It was what the hell was it called? The Diaper Club or something? What the fuck? Shirley Temple.
Oh, that one's fucked up.
Yeah, Shirley Temple.
That one's fucked
Well,
up.
what the fuck did they call that? The Diaper Club or the?
I don't fucking know, but that was creepy.
Dude,
that was fucked up.
was fucked up.
Like a whole bunch of men being really touchy feely.
Like Weinstein, like to the T, like
Yeah.
all fucking Weinsteins.
Yeah, this is kind of reminding me of the Shirley.
And you know, from everything I've researched here, and I'm not going to be able to go over all of it, but basically, when like back in the day when Hollywood first started, like everybody, because everyone who ran everything was male, and they were all Harvey Weinstein. Like
Really?
that's just the way it was, man.
They were all sex perverts,
dude. And as we get on here and we talk more about her, you'll see that it was just.
It makes you think, man.
Dude, fucked
It
up.
makes you
dude.
think with the dynasty of entertainment that they've had over there in Hollywood for this long. Makes you think just how established they are over there. These said sex perverts.
Yeah.
Just look at Nexium.
Yeah, the baby burlesque. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for looking that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? The baby burlesque.
Yeah.
How fucking gross does
You
that
want to
even
see something
sound?
fucked up, guys? Look that up.
Yeah, baby burlesque.
Watching Shirley Temple videos. It's fucked up.
Fucking A, man.
You don't think about it back in the day.
Nope.
You know who Shirley Temple is. You may not know a lot about Shirley Temple or seen her videos, but if you look in perspective, it's a little bit. By a little bit, I mean very pedophilic.
Big time.
And it's not just the power of suggestion, because like we're looking at it as people who hate pedophiles and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're looking at it like there's something legitimately wrong with what I'm watching.
Yeah,
I
and especially
I feel
when
like
it's
I'm
called-
watching softcore child porn.
And when it's called baby burlesque.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say it wasn't creepy. So go ahead and look that up.
Yeah. Okay, so when Marilyn, right before she turned 16, her mom was gone at this point. Okay,
Yeah.
her mom was gone. She's fucking all whacked out. She actually went back and was living with Grace Goddard and Erwin Goddard, the one who was fucking molesting her, years prior, which he was probably doing again, but anyway, because that's just how it works. So right before she was 16, Grace and Erwin got a job offer in like fucking, I don't know, West Virginia or something. Mm-hmm. So they had to move. But because of Marilyn's situation being a ward of the state for California, because she's, the whole orphan, blah, 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 fucking this and that.
Yeah.
They couldn't take her because that's just the way the California law was set up. As long as she was awarded a state, she couldn't leave the state. So, dude, this Goddard actually came up with a fucking plan. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. You're going to be 16 in, say, a couple months. So we found you a husband. And you marry him, and then he'll be your guardian as well as your husband. So we can leave, and the state will leave you alone.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened. So she ended up at 16, a couple weeks after she turned 16, she married James Daughtery. I think that's how you say his last name. Mm-hmm. Daughtry, something like that. So yeah, at 16, she married this dude. And she ended up dropping out of school. She was going to become a homemaker. Mm-hmm. Those don't exist anymore, but anyway.
No. Quick side note. Uploading to YouTube right now. Very first episode is going on YouTube right now.
Complete episode.
Yes, 17 minutes.
It took 17 minutes to fucking...
It says it's going to take about 17 minutes.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Yep, I'm going to do the description and tags, so continue.
Yeah. So she hooked up with this James Daughtery, whatever. I really don't think she wanted to, but she didn't have no fucking choice. So, and this guy was 21. So at 21, he married a 16-year-old. Wow. So that went down. She dropped out of school. lucky enough for her, World War II started in America, and he got shipped off in the Merchant Marines.
Yeah, what did she do? I mean, like, with World War II starting and everything, I mean, females really got put to work. What did she do?
She went to work in a factory.
No shit.
Yeah, she went to work in a factory that,
Look at that.
she packed parachutes. That was her deal. She packed parachutes.
That means somebody in World War II jumped off of a fucking plane or something.
Yeah.
And Marilyn Monroe probably touched it.
Yeah, she packed their fucking parachute, man. So, and that's kind of how her gig...
I'd sniff that parachute.
Yeah. Fucking sleep with it. Rub all over it. And that's kind of like how her first break came.
Yeah.
Because while she was working there...
She got popular doing that.
Well, while she was working there, this dude, David Conover, David, I don't know, David Lucky motherfucker. He actually worked for the U.S. Army Air Force First Motion Picture Unit. Yeah, so the Army had their own motion picture unit for propaganda.
Oh, so she was a propagandist.
Well, no. What this dude did was they sent him out to the factories, and at the factories he had to take pictures of the female workers.
Oh,
so they can make propaganda
okay.
flyers and shit.
So she didn't participate. Well, she participated, but she wasn't like an active participant. She was just there.
Yeah, well, he did take pictures of her.
Yeah.
But for all the propaganda posters. And none of her pictures were actually used. But this guy, David, he had a thing for her. So he talked her into doing some private shoots with him. And it actually worked out really good for her.
They were actual private shoots, too. Not just let's have sex. So they were
well, I imagine sex came along with it. But,
well, because I just imagine that whenever a photographer says private shoots, he's trying to get you to go on a date.
But no, he actually did. He actually did, like, he boosted her. He helped get her first contract with this company, Blue Book Modeling Agency.
Yeah, blue balls?
Blue balls. If I had to be around her all the time, I'd probably have blue balls.
You said that in such a fucked up way.
But anyway.
Nice to meet you, Marilyn Manson. I have blue balls.
I feel like I'm kind of rushing through this stuff, but I just want to get to later in her career, you know.
Yeah, the important stuff.
Yeah. So in 45, she signed that contract with Blue Book Modeling through this guy from the U.S. Army Air Force and First Motion Picture Unit. Because of that, she was featured in advertisements in men magazines. And by 1946, she appeared on over 33 magazine covers. Over 33 magazine covers.
Do you know the magazines?
There's 33 of them. I don't fucking know them.
Jesus Christ.
But
so what? Just as a model? Just
as a model. They saw her more as a. They didn't see her as a model.
Like a porn star.
No. They saw her more as a pinup model.
Yeah.
Now, back then, they used to separate the pinup models from the actual models. Because the pinup models were more, I don't know how to say it. They were just more natural women. The pinup models, they were just more of your everyday, normal, natural women.
Yeah, attractive because they're normal.
Yeah. And she was not like a supermodel by any means.
She wasn't proportioned like a fucking model nowadays. The ones that walk on the runways that are like fucking 6'7" and
she had those
skinny.
nice wide thick hips. Oh,
Jesus Christ, man. Okay, calm the fuck down.
Oh. But anyway,
wait, pause the podcast real quick. Listen, if any ladies out there, if you guys need a boyfriend, please contact me. Please contact me. You might be able to find my profile on OkCupid.
And he's up for cucking too.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, no. If you want someone to cuck, please move past me. And please ignore this. Yeah, but if you're looking for a real man, a stud with a big penis,
Look somewhere else.
no. Don't go somewhere else. I have a big wiener. It's 3 inches big when it's hard. All right, I'm done.
Okay, so
Advertisement done, guys. So if you like that advertisement, go ahead and check him out.
So once that happened, things kind of came pretty quick. So that was in 46, by 46. And then in 1946, she signed her first contract with 20th Century Fox, where she actually became Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, she took those names from somewhere. I forget. Did you get it? Yeah, I don't fucking remember.
So Marilyn Monroe wasn't even close to being her real name.
Oh, no way. It wasn't even fucking... Oh, actually, the closest it was Monroe was something on her mother's side, and I can't remember.
It was like how a porn star comes up with a name.
No. Her name wasn't fucking Fill Me, Stiff Me or something. Okay, her name was Marilyn Monroe.
No, but
Not Jenny Goes Deep. Shit like that.
No,
okay.
That's not what I mean. Like what's her face? Like Faye Reagan. That's a normal name. Faye Reagan.
Yeah, if you're a fucking porn star.
What the fuck? Faye Reagan's a normal name.
She's a slut.
Oh well, she's a porn star, so.
Well, yeah, she's a slut.
Well, Marilyn Monroe's in the same boat.
Yeah. So. And I don't understand how they did it. The movie companies did it different back then. Like when she signed to Fox, it was like a 6-month contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's
on Fox.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox,
yeah.
The production company. So she signed a 6-month contract, and I guess that's how they did it. They'd sign, and whether. Then you were eligible to apply for roles, shit like that, or be used as extras, blah, blah, blah. So her first film was in 1947. Okay, she played a waitress in this movie called Dangerous Years. She had 9 whole lines in that movie. Yeah.
So what was she, just a backup actor or something like that?
Yeah, she was kind of like an extra. But then it kind of got crazy by 1950. 1950 alone, she was in 6 films. So
holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty good even by today's standards. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's really weird how her fucking career went. I don't understand, because it's not like looking into people today. Things today seem different than back then. I mean, I'm sure they still have to fuck people. I mean, no, that's straight up. I mean,
I just laughed because it is still funny to say.
Yeah, they gotta fuck people. I mean, what's that chick from? She's all the new rage. Now she just quit acting. She was in that movie a couple years. The one that broke her was The Book. She was in the movie based off the book, with the fucking the people had to fucking kill each other to survive. Yeah, the Hunger Games.
Jennifer Lawrence.
The
fappening.
Yeah, the Hunger Games. You know that bitch fucked everyone. She was banging Weinstein.
Dude, I know what's funny about those photos, man. You know what? She denounced porn shortly after the fappening.
Yeah.
And when in an interview, she was like, "Porn's like what's wrong with society."
Yeah.
And it's like, bitch. Did you see the pictures that you had of yourself on there?
Yeah.
Who do you think was in them?
Yeah. And you know one of my conspiracies that I like to make up in my head is the fappening was just someone who hacked Weinstein's phone. That's all it was. That they were all pictures sent to Weinstein.
Wiener. Oh no, wait, those would be the underage ones. Never mind.
Yeah. Fucking wiener time. So so in 1950 she bangs out 6 films. And through the 50s, all through the 50s up into the 60s, she's just tearing shit up. She's making all kinds of money. Yeah, they keep placing her in dumb bimbo blonde roles and shit. I don't know if you guys did you ever see any of her movies? I actually
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
No, where she was like an actual role in them?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I actually watched a couple of
really
the fucking
good?
movies. Well, they're good for the time. if you watch a movie from back then compared to a movie now, everything is just so different.
So what you're saying is definitely
so
better than
different.
Dogma. Definitely.
Fuck off.
That's what I fucking think about that comment. I mean,
Shit.
yeah. All right. So
Shout out to Kevin Smith. Make some better movies.
dude, what a dick. What a fucking dick.
All right, we got to restart the podcast now.
Okay, so so from 1950
I
to
just put Kevin Smith in the tags.
For the first episode, you fucking talk.
from 1950 to 1960, she banged out 29 films. 29 films she fucking banged out. And by 56, little addiction problems started kicking in. She grown addicted to alcohol and barbiturates, stuff like that. And directors, a lot of directors hated her. Well, at least the ones that didn't fuck her hated her because she was such a pain in the ass to work with. She wouldn't show up when she was supposed to. She'd show up fucking late. You know, she was a real fucking piece of work to work with. And a lot of people don't know, but in 1955, she actually started her own production company.
Marilyn Monroe did.
Yeah, she started her own production. She had her own fucking production company.
What was the production company?
Marilyn Monroe's production company.
What did she make?
Oh, what did she make?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking movies, bro.
Oh, so it was just. Oh, I thought you meant like goods, like
No.
like,
Production company.
Kind of like how like
movie
like kind of like
production.
how the Kardashians have stuff, you know.
They don't have nothing. They got fat asses.
I'm sure
Those are the biggest bunches of fucking skanks.
There are modern day Marilyn Monroes, okay?
And you know what? Even all I know about Marilyn Monroe now, I can still look at her and say, God damn, what a woman. I look at those Kardashians, I'm like, God damn, what a bunch of pigs.
Oh my god.
They
I
are
just looked up
fucking
Kardashian
sloppy
merchandise
pigs.
and a human centipede t-shirt came up with the Kardashians as the human centipede.
Those fucking people are gross. Those people are fucking gross.
This is the fuck dude. This is gonna be this is gonna be the icon for this episode. I'm just warning you.
And you know what? Marilyn might have slept around, but you know what?
At least
She didn't need a sex video, okay, to make her famous.
probably because
and make her name.
she couldn't make one because they didn't have video recorders at the ready back then.
I'm sure they did.
No. Not just at the ready.
Listen,
people didn't just carry him around.
Bedroom, like
You-
that.
That was like a production thing, man.
There's-
You
there's like- yeah,
realize that video recording like hardware wasn't readily available
Yeah,
until
yeah.
like the late 80s, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but they still like.
so you're saying that people would rig up their rooms to make home sex videos?
Dude, you know there's fucking porn from back then, right?
I'm aware, but do you think
I'm sure she fucked in a studio before.
He's saying it's not like you should just be like, all right, let's do it right now. No, you
like
have to
the
plan it the
Kardashians
fuck out.
did? It was just a
have
fucking.
to
It was just a
plan it the fuck
videotape.
out.
You know that, right?
Yeah, no shit. But it was a videotape they did on purpose.
Oh yeah.
And they fucking leaked on purpose.
Yeah.
Just like that fucking slut Paris Hilton. She's fucking gross too.
What's the other one? Pamela Anderson.
Oh my god, you ever see that video with her and Tommy Lee?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
have.
god. The fucking guy's dick
That-
is 12 feet long.
Did you know that was like one of the first pornos I've ever watched?
Really, that's terrible.
Yeah, that was up there. It wasn't one of the. It wasn't the first. It was one of the first. It was like the set of. That was like one of my starts to porno, because I think right around the time, right around the time I started watching fucking porn, dude, is right around the time that. Didn't they roast her? Didn't they do a roast of Pamela Anderson?
I
She
couldn't
was
tell.
one of the first ones, Comedy Central.
Yeah. And then they were talking about her sex tape, and I remember I was a little kid watching the roast, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going on the internet, Pamela Anderson sex tape, and then I watched it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go masturbate to it later.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't fucking know. You fuck me up every time you say something weird.
I'm sorry.
I
What do you
I lose my train of thought here.
want- What do you want me to say?
And yeah, so she made her own production company. And Jesus Christ.
Well, porn production.
Yeah.
Figured.
Well, not porn. What? Shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. So, okay. So, I skipped over some shit here. Right after the war there in 46.
Yeah.
And she got her first contract to do the photo shoots and shit with the magazines. Yeah. Yeah, she got rid of that fucking deadbeat husband she had. So she divorced him. And wow. And then she was actually married. Yeah, he fucked me up.
Sorry, man. Get back on track.
She was actually married twice after him as well. She married Joe DiMaggio. Jumpin' Joe DiMaggio.
That sounds familiar. Joe DiMaggio.
Fuck, big time baseball player, Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't listen. I'm not much of a baseball guy. I don't know what to tell you.
So she married him, which
loved her to death.
Yeah, he was about the only one who fucking actually loved her.
She probably didn't love him. Don't even lie to me.
With her, it's hard to tell because very
she had no soul.
Very early in her career, she came to realize how Hollywood worked and how life worked, and she pretty much fucked her way all the way through it. I mean, she knew she could fucking do that. She knew.
If you want my personal opinion, man, I don't know very much about Marilyn Monroe. Don't think anybody will because it's too fucking late.
Yeah.
But if you want my personal fucking opinion, I think if you were molested multiple times while you're being raised, and then once you hit the big Hollywood and you're this big star and you sleep around to get ahead of fucking the world, you know, I think you start becoming impossible. You think it starts becoming impossible. It starts to become impossible for you to process love.
Yeah.
I think you don't give a shit about that anymore.
Yeah.
Your life is a dark place, a selfish place. No, I'm not trying to shit on her, but I'm trying to say.
No. You're right.
I think that your life is about yourself at that point. So.
Yeah.
Like the only person who's going to look out for you is yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so she married Joe DiMaggio, which was kind of weird, because Joe was like an old school Italian, and he wanted an old school Italian wife, and he wasn't getting that out of fucking her, because she wanted to be everything, and she loved it.
I wish I could find an old school Italian wife. Jesus Christ.
She loved the dick. Actually, you can't even tell if
Jesus Christ. You really slipped that in.
You can't
really
even
love the dick.
No, really. Listen, honestly, you don't know if she loved the dick or not. Or if she just took the dick because she knew she had to take the dick. I mean, that's why I always saw this story, Marilyn Monroe and her story, as a sad story. I've always been attracted to this story. I got tons of Marilyn Monroe shit.
You telling me all this, I think it's a sad story as well. I think it's a story of her having to survive in Hollywood. Sorry, guys.
And it wasn't just Hollywood. I mean, okay, back to Joe DiMaggio. So she's there with Joe DiMaggio. That marriage didn't fucking last long at all. Matter of fact, the day it probably ended is something you were talking about earlier, is when she was in New York on the street with her famous skirt blowing up shoot. They had to take like 3 or 4 takes of that shit. And
I heard of that. I heard that it took quite a bit of takes for that to work
well,
out.
that's because everyone just wanted to see it,
Yeah.
I would have fucking kept turning the motherfucker on too. But well, anyway, Joe. Dude, that fucking guy, that guy next door is fucking crackhead or something.
It's fucking dark out.
It's fucking dark as shit out right now.
Guys, it's time to weed whack.
And he's out there weed whacking.
I hope he fucking...
On the last podcast, did I talk about him mowing at midnight?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, this fucking guy, dude. He's out there. Does he have a headlamp on or something? He's got a fucking headlamp on. Oh, my God. Dude, I wish we had fucking
To put it in
video.
perspective,
Oh my
everyone
God.
listening, it's already 9:15 at night.
It's
We're on
fucking
the East Coast.
dark
Jesus
as
fucking
fuck.
Christ.
That's fucking classic right there. But okay, so Joe DiMaggio was at that shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, and he got pissed off.
Yeah.
He got pissed off. He's like, "Yo, fuck this. My wife looks like a whore over there." And he said to some people, "I gotta fucking bounce. I'm getting the fuck out of here." I'm sure he said it in some other Joe DiMaggio way.
Hey, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Hey, I'm going back to my fucking family deli. We have the best cold cuts in New York.
So Joe's like, "Fuck this. I'm getting the fuck out of here." And Marilyn,
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Marilyn tried to say later that Joe roughed her up once in a while.
Probably because he was on steroids.
He got a little physical. Well, he was retired at that point.
Whatever, man. I'd still do steroids.
So she said a couple times he roughed her up. Nothing bad, I guess, but he roughed her up.
Nothing that bad. He just punched me right in the face. And then he choked me.
And so they
It was the 50s. How bad was not that bad? Think about that.
They just got they ended up getting a divorce. But the funny thing about Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe is he tried the rest of her life to always be there for her.
That's nice of him.
And matter of fact,
That makes him a cuck.
at her funeral, believe it or not, he was probably the only one there who sunk his dick into her.
What?
Because everyone
What
else.
the fuck are you talking about? So,
Not when she was dead.
You used the wrong wording for that.
No,
You
yeah,
said
yeah,
you're
yeah.
the.
He didn't sink his dick in her at the funeral. But
It means he was the only person there that fucked her.
yeah,
That actually went to the funeral.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Because everyone
You
else.
made it sound like he went there, opened up the casket, and he got going. He got going. All right, you know what? She's dead. Might as well get one off.
So Joe might have been an asshole and might have, damn it, woman, back 50, 60 style. Damn it, woman, back to the kitchen.
Get me my drink.
But in the end, he was the only one that was there yet. And once she died, I think it was for 20 years.
Put flowers on her grave.
He was the only one to put fucking flowers on her grave.
20 years.
20
Flowers
years.
all the time.
For 20 fucking years.
That's a lot of money.
That's so
I'm sassy today.
So that was Joe, and then after Joe, she married this dude. What the fuck was his name?
Oh, is this the guy you were gonna fuck up?
What the hell is his name?
Was this guy the name that you were gonna tell? You were trying to tell me if it was right. So
No.
you wouldn't fuck it up?
No, that's that guy there is. He's a rumored bang. Arthur Miller, and at the time, Arthur Miller was one of the U.S.'s famous playwrights. See, she knew who to go after, man. She knew who to go after. Because at the time, Joe DiMaggio, he was the shit for this country. He was like, Joe fucking DiMaggio,
Yeah, I like that Joe DiMaggio guy.
Yeah.
He hits the ball
Yeah.
with the stick.
So, and then once she's done with him, she went to Arthur Miller. And Arthur Miller was one of the biggest fucking playwrights in the country. So she knew who the fuck to go after, dude. And so she married him, and that shit didn't work out either.
I don't think they didn't work out because those men were bad men. I think they didn't work out
Because of
Marilyn
her.
Manson was not Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Monroe was Marilyn Monroe.
While I was fucking
Yeah.
doing research for every fucking time I kept typing in Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. For my generation, Marilyn Manson is more impactful than Marilyn Monroe was. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of the matter, man.
So she, dude, and you listen to these like documentaries made on her, you read books, and it's like, Jesus Christ, who didn't she fuck? And it's tough with her to gauge who she fucked because everybody from the time wanted to be a part of her story. So as time went on and she was gone, she wasn't there to tell her side of the story.
No.
So you had all these guys stepping up. Oh, yeah, I fucked Marilyn Monroe. I fucked her. You know, and you figure,
you know
like...
who didn't want to say that? JFK.
Yeah.
And now he's dead.
He lost his head over it. But, yeah, it's just, dude, oh my God. There's one story I ran across. I was listening to a documentary, and it wasn't some guy like in his basement. It was a made documentary. And, God, I cannot remember the name of the fucking people involved. But she lived with this executive from 20th Century Fox. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is this the one where she lived in a house off of the house?
Yeah. Like he had the house, and then I can't remember if it was like they called it the pool house or the garden house. He let her live there for 6 months. But dude, she had to go bang this guy whenever he called.
Yeah.
Like if she called, she had to go bang him.
Yeah.
And so a dude she was in bed with, she's in bed with a dude, right? At the house, in this garden house, pool house, whatever. She just got done fucking this dude. And she gets a call from the butler from the main house. Yeah, you got to come up. And so she starts getting ready. And the dude she just banged is like, yo, Marilyn, what are you doing? Don't worry about the makeup. Just get up there. Because you know he has a problem. He has a problem down there. And it only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
So she ran up to the fucking house there. She come down like 15 minutes later. And she said to the dude, yeah, I didn't make it there in time. Okay, which is pretty funny, right? It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up because she just got done fucking this guy. And then she had to run up to the house and fuck this other guy. And it's like, what the fuck kind of life is that to fucking live, dude? Just taking shot after shot after shot. And they say, some people say it's not true, but we said before that some people say she wanted kids. People close to her said no, she didn't want no fucking kids. She was terrified of having a kid. So there's little rumors out there that she could have had anywhere up to, what was it, 16 or 18 abortions. I mean, that's a lot of cleaning out. And back then, I don't think they had the vacuums like they have now.
Yeah, they had to do it. They had to do it Egyptian mummy style.
Yeah, like with fucking coat hangers and shit. So I mean,
right, maybe that's fucked up,
dude. That's a lot of digging and scraping. I mean, I know that sounds fucking gross, but whatever, dude.
Yeah, there's no baby up there. I need you to scratch the inside of my uterus.
Yeah,
it's just itchy there.
It's fucked
I don't know, Marilyn Monroe. I think I feel something in there. No. It's not a baby. I don't know why she's an Italian. Why she's an Italian deli guy. Yeah, it's just a cold cut.
That's fucked up. Okay, so in
yeah, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
When was our first podcast recorded? That was April 1st, right?
Dude, I have no fucking clue, dude. Okay, I can't remember last week.
Okay, thank you.
So the word is she was afraid to have kids because of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, which meant all her lucky suitors, and we will call them lucky, from the high fear of pregnancy, let's just say they got to go through the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did anal.
Yeah, anal. So she took it up to poop quite a bit.
That's gross.
And yeah.
Sorry for all our listeners out there who like anal. I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so
I think it's gross. That's the poop hole.
So next time you see a picture of Marilyn, just think of all the shots she took in the butt,
yeah,
dude.
think about it. She shit real easy.
Yeah, probably just
yeah.
slid
Like,
right
wow,
out.
Marilyn, you were only in the bathroom for 2 minutes. Didn't you say you had to take a shit?
That's fucked up.
Answer kind of just fell out.
when I read that, I was so disappointed. Like,
yeah,
dude, that's your asshole. Like, you're Marilyn Monroe.
that's a special place.
That's only for special guys.
Yeah, that's for the people you love.
And apparently,
And she loved a lot of people.
Oh my God, she fucking loved a lot of people. Yeah, so she liked anal, dude. There's no way around. Well, I don't know if she liked it. Maybe she didn't like it.
But she was forced to.
But that's, you know.
She didn't want no baby.
So for all you guys that ever dreamt about banging Marilyn, you got to change it now because
you got to think about the anal.
You got to think about her ass.
Penal in the anal.
That's where she was taking it. This is pretty fucked up.
Remember penal in the anal?
You know, researching all this stuff it's kind of like my Enfield haunting.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Enfield episode,
yeah,
I was very disappointed in how fake it was.
And I was really disappointed
with how much.
Like I knew Marilyn was like
the fake in Enfield for me was the anal in this for Jake.
Yeah. You nailed it. You nailed it anally.
Yeah.
So this was this whole learning experience was disappointing for me. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I still think you got to understand she is one of the first.
Hey man, if I could
for pop culture in this country,
yeah,
she was one of the first
ones to like anal.
One of the first major sex symbols. I mean, it's. Hey
man, if it makes you feel better, if I could, I'd unfuck her ass.
So yeah, that's before we because eventually she dies. I don't know if you catch that.
I thought she was still alive.
No,
isn't her name Betty White or something?
Eventually she dies. This is gonna sound kind of weird, and
sorry guys, the anal thing's gonna be an ongoing joke.
I don't understand why I did this.
Dude, why does Swisher Sweets? Why are they wrapped by like tarts? The fuck, man.
I don't understand why I did this because it was just torture for me. But I compiled some lists here.
With all her anal lovers.
And these are some of these are known, and some of these are rumored. Some of these are braggers. But we have of course we have these are her lovers. Okay, of course we have Jim Daugherty, which was the first. Mm-hmm. Okay, but then she's also been tied to Charlie Chaplin Jr.
Charlie Chaplin Jr.?
Yeah.
Was he named Charlie Chaplin after his father?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Milton Berle. This guy, I can't even say.
Was Charlie Chaplin Jr. an actor as well?
I don't know if he was an actor as well, but he probably got the fucker in the ass.
Oh, well, there you go. Charlie Chaplin Jr. got the fucking Marilyn Manson in the ass. If you didn't know.
So you have him. Then you have what I say, Milton Berle. Then you have this guy Eli Kazan.
He was an actor.
Who?
Charlie Chaplin Jr.
Okay. Then you had Eli Kazan. Then you had the two biggies. You had Johnny Kennedy there, Bobby Kennedy. Of course, you had Joe DiMaggio.
Bobby Kennedy fucked her too?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yes,
we'll get into that again.
Wow.
Then you had Joe DiMaggio, Marlon Brando, Arthur Miller,
Han Solo,
Frank Sinatra, Jerry Lewis,
Tupac,
Dean Martin. Most of these are actors. Joseph Schneck,
NWA,
Johnny Hyde. He was a producer or some shit. The Marx Brothers.
Seth Rogen.
Guy Tom Kelly. Nicholas Ray.
Will Smith.
Peter Lawford. That's all I'm reading. That list is longer. Well, now that's on the male side.
Mm. Wait, okay. What?
Yes.
She fucked ladies?
So she
So she was a little bit bike curious.
Yeah.
Cool.
She always denied being a lesbian.
Well, because she wasn't. She fucked dudes.
Her friends denied she was a lesbian. But
First episode's on YouTube, guys. Go check it out. Oops, sorry.
But you have, on the other side, you have females that she supposedly had sexual relations with.
Kim Kardashian.
Joan Crawford, Betty Grable, Natasha Lytis. Lytis was, I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. She was actually Marilyn's acting coach for like 5 or 6 years. And they actually had a physical relationship. They had a relationship. And that Natasha, she was get jealous all the time. She was an angry, jealous lover. Jane Lawrence. Oh, a good one is Jane Lawrence. That's the good one. Jane Lawrence was a teenager who started the fan club for Marilyn Monroe. And supposedly...
So she was the super fan.
She was the super fan.
I got to fuck Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, and when she was 16, apparently they had a little sexual relations. Okay, then you got...
The real super fan.
Judy Garland, Bridget Bardot, Marlene Dietrich. I don't ever see... You know who she is? She was a German actress.
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, she was hot as shit, dude. And then you had Barbara Stenwick.
Michelle Obama.
Marlene Dietrich. Then you had Greta Garbo. And a big one is Elizabeth Taylor. Because
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, especially back then, Elizabeth Taylor was fucking hot, dude. I don't know if you ever seen when she did what was it, Queen of the Nile or something. She was Cleopatra. Yeah. Cleopatra. When she played Cleopatra, I think she was at her peak right there. She was hot as fucking shit, man. And that's around the time that her and Marilyn kind of touched titties. And I believe Elizabeth Taylor actually mentioned that before, that they did have a sexual encounter. So
I'm getting tweeted at.
But
I'll silence my phone because I'm a fucking idiot and I forgot to.
Yeah, that's all the women.
Yeah, I think you forgot to mention somebody who she had sex with. James Haldeman.
Yeah, I doubt that. You would have had to fuck her corpse, buddy.
Wow.
Just dig her old body up and roll her in here.
Little did you know that in 20 years when they have time machines, I just went back in time.
Okay.
And had sex with her. Yeah. So think about what you just said. Very ignorant of you.
Yep.
Very fucking offensive. Can you fucking believe this guy? I'm out here fighting for social justice and he's sitting here saying I can't fuck Marilyn Monroe. Next page.
All right. So then comes the big day, August 5th, 1962. You know what that day is?
9/11.
Dun, dun, dun. For Marilyn Monroe, it was.
Because she died.
Yeah, she died. She died in Brentwood, California, at her home. It's the first home she ever bought herself and owned herself, and she fucking died in it.
That's good.
Her housekeeper, Eunice Murray, went to check on her. She said,
The butler from Batman.
She said she went to check on her at 3 a.m. and the bedroom door was locked. Got no response. So the first person she called was Marilyn's psychiatrist, Dr. Ralph Greenson. So Greenson came over. They couldn't get a response from the door, so he busted a window into the bedroom, climbed in the door, and then he called another guy over, physician Dr. Hyman Endelberg. And
that's kind of cute.
Yeah. They pronounced her dead at 3:50 a.m., but they didn't call the Los Angeles Police Department until 4:25 a.m. They figured her estimated death was between 8:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. August 5th. And they said she died of acute barbiturate poisoning. So, And then the conspiracy theories start. So,
Ooh.
who are you looking at?
Marilyn Monroe's corpse.
Oh, dude, I don't want to see her corpse, man.
The research I did of it, nobody knows if any of the pictures are real or not.
Oh well.
Yeah, I would be mad suspect if the pictures were real.
There's some that are like crime scene photos, and then there's some that are supposed to be from a funeral.
Yeah.
The funeral ones look like they could be real, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know the others.
So did you look into the conspiracy aspect of her death? Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
The one conspiracy I know is that JFK had her killed because they had pillow secrets shared between each other.
Yeah.
That's the big one I know.
There's a couple. He had her whacked. Bobby had her whacked. What was the guy I was...
There's the Betty White theory. That's my theory.
Okay.
Just saying.
What was the guy's name? I was asking you this morning. The mobster.
Dude, we have 325 plays in total.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty fucking huge.
Yeah, I know.
That's huge. That's like double. That's 100 new listens since the last time we checked the other week.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks guys. Holy shit.
Yeah. They're probably only listening for like 5 seconds, and then they fucking...
Whatever.
I don't know how that works. But what was that fucking mobster? I never say his name right. He was the one that he's always gets brought up around Kennedy's assassination because Bobby tried to put him away. Oh man. Dude, I can never say his fucking name right either because I hear so many people pronounce it differently. He was buddies with fucking Sinatra. That whole time period was fucked up.
Dude.
With Hollywood, the mob, the government.
8 listeners from the fucking United Kingdom.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Dude.
I'm...
Dude.
What?
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here.
I'm just saying, we have 8 people from the United Kingdom that listen to us.
They must be...
And 10 people from Canada.
They must be the fucking... How many?
8.
They must be 8 of the most bored fucking people in the United Kingdom. They're
from Prenton. Prenton, United Kingdom.
How did you fucking find all that information?
I'm looking at the analytics on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud has analytics?
Yes.
How comes I can't fucking get the analytics?
You might have to go on the website. Like, you might have to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I just use the app.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry
right.
to fucking interrupt, guys. But go on.
Yeah.
I know who the fuck is
Yeah. And I can never remember his fucking name. But he's Carmichael. There's a funny video of Bobby Kennedy fucking interviewing in front of the like Senate or committee or something, and he's making fun of him. It's pretty fucking funny.
Wow.
But yeah, he's been tied in with it. Frank Sinatra's been tied in with it. Because Frank, yeah.
Why was Frank Sinatra?
Well, she fucked Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
She had a relationship with Frank Sinatra,
Mm-hmm.
and Frank Sinatra had this little party palace out by Lake Tahoe,
Mm-hmm.
and the rumor is that even after Marilyn and Sinatra kind of ended their little deal, because she just got passed around like a fucking doink. I mean, it's it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Yes, and let rest in
These
peace.
guys just shared her like fucking no one's business.
Pause,
You know.
Pause. Rest in peace, young King Dave.
Yeah.
You know, because you said doink.
Yeah.
Go on.
So he had this joint out in Tahoe, and the rumor is that he used to let the Kennedys use the place whenever they wanted to hook up with Marilyn. And she would go out there.
That's just a theory?
Yeah.
There's no confirmed.
No. And this gangster, that the mob boss that hung out there too, apparently he was trying to court her for years and she would never give in.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, a couple days before she died, she went out there.
To a party out there.
Yeah, she went to a party out there.
She said some shit about. She had stuff to say about the Kennedys.
Yeah, she had stuff to say about the Kennedys because the Kennedys started to blow her off. Yeah. Because once she sung that Happy Birthday.
Because she told friends of hers that John had said that he wanted to be with her. Yeah. And he wanted to marry her and all this shit.
Yeah.
JFK did.
Yeah.
Huh.
And all her friends said she was fucking nuts.
Yeah. And yeah, so it was like so this little party place, apparently she hooked up with that mobster a couple days before she died there.
Yeah.
And that was something she said she'd never do. So there's theories that the mob had her whacked, the Kennedys had her whacked, 20th Century Fox had her whacked because they were tired of her fucking shit because she still owed them fucking movies and she didn't want to fucking do nothing. I mean, there's so many things. There's just so many.
She had too many people pissed off and she fucked.
Oh, yeah. And there's actually a lot of theories that say that Bobby Kennedy was actually at her house.
I just breathed into the mic.
Was actually at her house the night she died. And there's actually a police officer that it wasn't far from Marilyn's house. He pulled over a speeding Lincoln Continental. And inside, he recognized right away Bobby Kennedy. There was 3 people in the vehicle. There was a driver, Bobby Kennedy, and someone else. And he recognized Bobby Kennedy right away. And he asked them why they were speeding. And they said, they had to get back to the hotel to get a flight, blah, 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 this and that. And the cop let him go. That cop sticks to his fucking story that actually fucking happened.
Yeah, wow.
And her maid or whatever.
Yeah.
She stayed quiet for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Until the end, and she said that he was there.
Yeah. But the thing with her too is, once she started opening up, like she was talking, then she closed off. Years later, she opened up. Her story has changed a couple times. So,
yeah. How old is she now, though? She's got to be pretty old.
She's dead.
Yeah, I think she's dead.
Oh, well, yeah. How old was she when she was talking about this kind of stuff?
I think she was pretty old already at that time.
Yeah, you see, I don't think it has to do with her changing her story. It
I
might
think
be.
it was back in the,
It may be a dementia-related thing.
So
Yeah.
that she started saying stuff.
That may be a dementia.
Because did you come across the fact that in, I believe it was 1980, district attorney out there in California he didn't reopen the case. He thought there was enough evidence to open a murder investigation. So what he did was he opened the case to investigate the investigation to see if there was enough evidence to open a murder investigation.
Yeah.
That sounded really fucked up.
Yeah, that sounded fucked up.
Yeah.
Completely fucked up.
Yeah, but he determined that there's... dude, I got weird fucking neighbors, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
What's he doing now?
There was a fucking gun. Did you hear it? It was pow, 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 pow. I don't know.
Okay, well, somebody's dead.
Maybe someone got sick of him fucking weed whacking and they fucking just shot him. I fucking hope so. But
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, so there's a theory that Bobby was there. And if you look into medical doctors, there's doctors that disagree with each other on how she could have died. Like I listened to one guy, and this kind of goes to the anal sex theory.
She died of anal sex.
Let me get to it.
Well,
okay.
Don't tell me I'm off the mark.
I listened to one doctor. He said with the amount of shit, barbiturates that was in her liver, okay, but no evidence. See, back then, those pills, they had a yellow coating on them, a yellow dye, okay? And when her stomach was cracked open, none of that yellow dye was in there. Okay, but her colon was massively discolored with that yellow dye. Okay, so the barbiturates
They're suggesting they put the pills in her ass.
were blasted up her ass. And the people that say no, that couldn't happen that way, say that's impossible for someone to get that close to her and for her to let them do that. Okay, but now if you think about the rumors of like she only gave up her ass.
So how? But yeah,
Of
but
course
how would they have put all those pills in her ass?
Through an enema.
And she liked enemas, doing enemas and shit. Oh, you mean? Well, I'm so confused, man.
Dude, the bottom line is she was comfortable enough because she was into the anal sex.
Yeah.
She was comfortable enough to bend over in front of you and show her fucking purple nurple to you. Okay?
Purple nurple. Wow.
Who would even question the fact if she was having sex with someone, she would just, yeah, go ahead. Here's my asshole. Instead of stuffing your fucking cock in there, you stuff this fucking thing up in there and blow it in her. Okay? Because another weird thing about her death is if she took all those orally, that's, through her mouth.
I understand. Ass to mouth, yeah.
Her sheets, her blankets, her room, there was no vomit. There was no vomit. There was no foam. There was no mucus. There was no nothing. Okay. Now, if you're taking the amount of pills that she was said to have ingested.
Yeah.
Bottles.
Yeah.
Bottles and bottles of pills. With no fucking glass of water in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. You're taking all those pills. Most likely, when you start to die, your stomach's going to be going nuts. And it's going to push acids. It's going to push shit out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You're going to foam, or you could foam at the mouth or anything. None of that was there. Like, there was none of that.
I know I'm going to ask a weird question, and I know you probably... Actually, I'm almost 100% sure you don't have the answer to this. Did anybody observe her shit?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I feel like that would have been a crime scene investigator, like, 101.
Well, one of the problems is it's just like we had mentioned this before.
Because if it had gone up her ass, I would have imagined that there would have been discoloration, maybe even remnants in her fucking shit.
Yeah, see, and that's the same thing.
Toxicology.
Even with it going up her ass, you're gonna. This is fucking gross. Even with it being blown up her ass.
Yeah.
Where's all the discharge over the bed?
Yeah.
You're gonna have discharge.
You're gonna have discharge
through some fucking orifice.
You're gonna have discharge even if she didn't OD on drugs. She would have fucking shit her pants.
Yeah. And one of the theories is she actually died in another fucking. She actually died in a different part of the property, and then
somebody put her there.
And then they took her and put her in the fucking bed.
Oh, clean. Put her in there clean. Yeah. So she might have actually did take them orally, but then they cleaned her up and put her in bed.
Yeah. And it's like we discussed before with these celebrity deaths. There's just something about celebrities dying.
Yeah, it's always weird.
Because
didn't they just try to reopen the Kurt Cobain one?
Yeah. Because it's almost like these people.
And it's always the controversial ones.
Yeah.
When they die young like that, it's always the controversial ones.
And it's like who's ever there, who's ever doing an investigation, they always fuck up. Like, they try to do everything perfect, but their perfection takes it to the point where they don't do it right. Then you have all these questions, and then boof, come the conspiracies.
Yeah.
It's like, and with her, it's tough because for that era, for that time, from say 55 to 1970.
Yeah.
Okay. Our government, our CIA, our FBI were so intertwined with the mob, with Hollywood, with all this shit. Mm-hmm. So many weird things happen.
Especially the 70s. The 70s were the worst years for crime and our U.S. government.
And so many weird things happen. Yeah. And then you got this girl, this famous actress, who's fucking two of the most powerful people in the country.
Yeah.
And maybe three. If she was banging Kennedy, both Kennedys, and she was banging That fucking mobster. I
Yeah,
can't remember his
bugging the
fucking
shit out of
name.
me. I'm just
I
looking
can't.
all over the place.
I cannot remember his name.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, he was a huge fucking deal. And his name constantly comes up during the Kennedy assassination shit too. And it's fucking pissing me off. Do me a favor. Go to YouTube and just search Bobby Kennedy grilling mob boss and see if anything comes up. Because now if she was banging him too, and she banged Frank Sinatra. And Sinatra's already been confirmed. He was a CIA informant. I don't know if you know about that.
No, I don't know about
Because he was one of the few big dogs back then that had his own fucking private airplane. Okay? So the CIA used him quite a bit to smuggle people in and out of countries.
There's a couple names there.
And Giancarlo, that's it.
Yeah.
Giancarlo, he was a mob boss. Yeah, so
I knew that name.
yeah.
But looking at it there, that does.
So you know, if she was nailing Sinatra. If she nailed Giancarlo, she was nailing Bobby. She was
said that like a Bostonian.
she was
Gene Kinda.
she was nailing
Kinda.
she was nailing the Kennedy brothers. I mean, you are nailing the most powerful people in this fucking country.
Yeah.
You know, so you know what though? Maybe she did off herself. Maybe she fucking off herself. Just a little fucking side note of what the 60s was like here.
Well, the 60s and the 70s were the most violent times in America. Did you know that? Did you know that crime was even higher than it is now? A lot of people like to look at like all the shit on the news nowadays and think that the world's falling apart. People seem to forget about the 60s and the 70s where the US crime rate was at like an all-time high. Like the 60s and the 70s were like one of the worst times in America.
What the fuck is it?
I think during the 70s and the 80s were during the times of some of the worst child abuse ever too.
When?
60s and the 70s and the 80s. That's
What,
why you had so many serial killers getting caught in the early 90s, late 80s. Because
It's a fucked up time.
yes, it was one of the worst times in America, man. The 70s, the 60s and 70s were some of the worst times in America.
Yeah, so to give you a fucked up thing dude, if you look at it this way, through the 60s, as far as famous people of, you know, high notoriety, dude, just actresses alone that killed themselves, like 1960, you had 1960. This actress, Margaret Sullivan, overdose, killed herself. Diana Barrymore, overdose, killed herself.
Well, what's the similarities here?
They're just I'm just giving you a thing of how fucked up things were, especially with drugs. Like we see it's fucked up now. Like we just had Chester whack himself, you know, Cornell, you know, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And we're like, and we're thinking, wow, this is fucked up, and it's all over the news. All these famous people, fucking killing themselves, this and that. But dude, just listen. 1960, Margaret Sullivan killed herself.
Yeah.
These are actresses.
Mm-hmm.
Diana Barrymore killed herself. 61, you had Ernest Hemingway killed himself. 62, Claire Blandick, boof, killed herself. Then 62, you had Monroe, boof, supposedly killed herself. 64, actor Alan Ladd killed himself. Jesus Christ. 1965, these are all actors that killed themselves or overdosed. You have Everett Sloan, Dorothy Dandridge, Marie McDonald, and dude, it's just it keeps fucking going. In 66, you have Lenny Bruce. Overdose. 67, Jane Manfield. She died in a car crash, but whatever. 69, you have fucking Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Fucking killed herself. Then you have the weird shit like Sharon Tate. Fucking, you know, butchered. Not only that, you had fucking, 63 John Kennedy, 68 Bobby Kennedy, 68 Martin Luther King Jr.
So within that,
you had
within that 10-year stretch,
you had Malcolm X in there, murdered.
Yeah,
dude, it's like that must have been such a fucked up time. Like we see it fucked up now. Say, oh my God, Robin Williams killed himself, or Chris Cornell killed himself, blah blah blah. Dude, from 1960 to 1970, people that were famous or whatever, dude, they were dropping like fucking flies, dude.
Yeah, that whole decade was pretty bad.
They either overdosed, killed themselves, or they were fucking murdered.
Yeah, I mean, at least the people who are dying nowadays are dying like of cancer and old age. You know.
The 60s was a fucked up time, I guess.
Like,
I don't know.
like fucking David Bowie died of fucking cancer. I mean, what about Lemmy? We killed Lemmy.
Oh yeah, we killed Lemmy. Did we ever tell that story?
I don't know.
That was the three of us when you still worked with us, and we were fucking. One night we were talking about Lemmy. Mm-hmm. We couldn't believe he was still fucking alive. And what was it like?
We literally said. At like 1 o'clock, we were like, yeah, man, Lemmy looks like shit.
I showed you guys a performance from just recently.
He's like, he looks like he's about to fucking die any moment now.
Yeah.
Fucking 3 o'clock break comes along. Hey guys, Lemmy fucking died. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was.
You and Tony Pop killed fucking Prince.
Yeah, me and Tony Pop killed Prince.
We killed a couple other people, didn't we?
Yeah, we killed a few of them.
Whoops. I killed Marilyn Monroe. Fucked her in the ass too hard.
Someone did. But, yeah, and it sucks, too, because it's another one of those stories where we'll just never know. And as time goes on, things just get lost with history. And
you know what else gets lost with history? My sleepiness. When I have a nice cold drink, a Monster Energy drink.
$100.
Actually, since that was a straight up advertisement, that's $1,000. So buy your 16 fluid ounce can of Monster Energy drink today.
Yeah. They said they had her home was bugged too. Yeah.
And she was drinking a lot of Monster.
Yeah.
She OD'd on Monster.
Yeah, I should write this fucking down one of those.
Yeah.
There was some guy that supposedly had a bunch of the recordings.
Yeah. Yep.
And that you could hear the Kennedys on, or Robert on.
Yeah.
A bunch of other shit. And that when that dude died, the CIA or one of the three-letter assholes fucking came in and took all his shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I listened to another dude. He kind of put it in perspective, like if she did kill herself, if she did intentionally overdose and kill herself, the problem is who she fucked. And that's why it's all fucked up. Because the minute they found out she died, all the people that she fucked went into damage control. And started with Bobby and John. They went into damage control. They wanted to make sure she didn't have anything left around that would, get them caught up. Her diary.
Little red diary.
Yeah, because she was supposed to have an interview with a woman from a New York newspaper, I think. Like the following week or whatever. And the rumor is she said she was going to come clean with banging the Kennedy brothers,
Wasn't she going to share some government secrets too?
Supposedly. Yeah. They call it the pillow talk.
Yeah.
Pillow talk shit.
So after we're done talking about this, dude, I have a video for us to watch of this kid. He got caught like damaging people's cars in the neighborhood, and he was trying to square up with an adult, and he gets totally dropped. The kid looks like he's 10.
How is anyone else supposed to watch it?
Oh, well, I'm just saying we're going to watch it after the podcast is done.
Oh.
I'm not saying that they're going to watch it. I'm going to say after the podcast is done, I got a video to show you guys.
Okay.
Just saying. This kid, it says, here's the video of a child that was damaging everyone's car, and Sean tried to stop him. He tried to call his mother to come get him, but of course, people post only the part of the video of the child getting pushed. And it shows the whole video where the kid's trying to punch the adult. The guy looks like he's in his 50s, and the guy just was like, okay, fuck you, and pushes the kid and, like, whacks his head off of a brick wall. Wow. So that'll be gratifying to watch. We'll watch that in a couple minutes.
Oh, there was another death there, too, in the 60s. This woman, Dorothy Kilgallen, I guess is how you'd say it. She died of a... Same deal. She died of a suspicious overdose.
Suspicious overdose?
Yes, suspicious.
That's what they called it?
Well, yeah. This Dorothy Kilgallen. She died of a suspicious overdose. And this woman was kind of like, from what I read, and people have compared her to the Simon Cowell, but the Simon Cowell of her day.
So she was a dickhead.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But she was one, too, that was big into the fact that Kennedy wasn't killed by Oswald. And she was also big into the Kennedys banging Monroe.
When did she die?
When the fuck was it? 66?
Jesus Christ. So she was on top of that. Huh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, and she had released a bunch of shit on the whole Kennedy assassination deal. And then she wound up dead.
Wow.
It was labeled a suspicious overdose.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah. So.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So check into her.
Well, if you remember, when I started getting a little bit more detailed on the JFK assassination, I remember one of the big things back then was apparently a lot of people right after that happened. No one believed it was Oswald.
Yeah. A lot of people thought it was.
No, it wasn't just a lot. It was most of the people thought it was no way Oswald did that.
Yeah.
Because it was basically, they said, from what I understand is they released all the information that we know. So he got shot from the book depository, and basically he made 3 shots in a very short amount of time and managed to hit 2. How many shots did JFK get shot with? 2?
2. Yeah.
And there was 3 total shots, and one of them hit the senator, right?
No. Because that's the magic bullet. It went through like Kennedy's neck, up to the sky, down off the ground.
Did a 360, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spun around the air 4 times.
Another grate somewhere.
Yeah.
And then hit Kennedy in his head.
Yeah, and then it went to the grassy knoll, and then bounced back.
then it hit some guy in Canada or something.
And then it came back and killed JFK. Blew his head out.
Yeah.
Back into the right.
Yeah.
So.
Man, bullets nowadays are just crazy.
So that's that fucking shit. So I don't know what my conclusion is.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever heard the story about how the guy that is interned, or whatever the fuck the word would be, where she's buried, she's in a mausoleum.
Yeah.
But the guy that's above her is supposedly buried face down. Because he wanted to be able to be on top of Marilyn.
Get the fuck out.
I forgot the fuck his name.
Wow. What a lucky bastard.
Not really, because he's dead. But, dude, you know what's crazy about that magic bullet theory? Talking a little bit more about JFK's assassination here. We'll talk about this in an episode one day. But, dude, as you know, I'm big on the ballistics. Every time we're out at lunch, I'm always watching some gun shit all the time. You know how many ballistic gel videos I've seen? Like people shooting ballistic gel, like with rounds that would have, like for example, the one that JFK got shot with. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Caliber of bullet that killed JFK. It was a Oswald used a Carcano model 91-38 infantry rifle, which he used a 65 by 52. I don't know what the ballistics are on that. I haven't seen a ballistic gel of that, but I'd imagine I'm gonna look at that round real quick, and I'll tell you in a second. 65 X.
Guy's name was DiMaggio had purchased the 2 crypts in Westwood Cemetery for him and his wife, and when he divorced her. He sold his to a guy named Richard Poncher, I guess is how you'd say it. But anyway, nearing his death in 1986, he told his wife, that guy's wife at the time, if you don't put me upside down over Marilyn, I'll haunt you for the rest of your life.
Jesus Christ.
Shortly before he was interned, his wife instructed the funeral director to place him upside down in his casket, which he did.
So
That's fucking funny.
what I'm reading right now is that this bullet, the 6.5 by 52 Kirkano, it moves at around like 2,200 feet per second. That's it's basically like a high power bolt action round kind of thing. It's basically a little bit smaller than the 8mm Mauser. You know how big a 8mm Mauser is?
No, dude, you always ask me shit like that, and I don't fucking know, dude.
It's pretty big, okay? It's pretty big. I don't see it going through so much mass and then managing to hit JFK, though. That's a big thing with that always confused me about the JFK being killed thing, is that like looking at this round, it's like an intermediate round. I'd call this this was the round, by the way. If you're looking at it, that one. I'd call that like an intermediate round. I don't think that's something that you'd use against infantry, but like, well, how did it go through the center? Like without it being a joke, it went through his back, right, and then it went down.
Yeah.
It went through Kennedy, through the seat, and then went through the seat, right?
It went through Kennedy's neck, then it went through the seat. It hit him in. It hit what's his name in his shoulder.
And it hit him in the knee. Too.
No. Well, how did it hit him?
It hit him in the leg.
It hit him in the shoulder, hit him in the leg, and then it went over and hit him in the hand. Right. Yeah, because they said the bullet doesn't.
I'm not doubting you. I'm trying to imagine how it would go through so much.
I mean, granted, bullets do weird stuff. They can do weird stuff.
I know, yeah.
They can do weird shit.
I'm not. The thing is that the flight path of it doing a weird flight path, that could be just because if you look at ballistic gel videos, you realize how those bullets move sometimes, right? Sometimes they hit that gel and they'll fucking shoot off and actually go outside of the gel. But the point is that if you shoot a piece of gel and it's like 20 inches, like if it's like this long or some shit, 24 inches or so, maybe 2 feet. If I'd imagine, I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert, so somebody's gonna comment on this and be like, "You're a fucking gun idiot. Never talk."
That would be great because nobody fucking comments.
Connolly's wounds included an entry wound in the back near the right shoulder, a broken rib, an exit wound in the chest, a shattered wrist caused by a bullet entering from the dorsal, which would be his back, and then a fragment lodged in his thigh.
Well, either way. So if you take like a big ballistic gel, and I'm just eyeballing this, and like I said, I'm no gun expert. I just watch a lot of videos. I'd say if you shot this into there, it'd probably make it about halfway through. That much. I have my eyeball on this just based on how the velocity.
Yeah.
And like these tons of videos I've seen, like if people shooting it with like a 7.62, like shit that they put in AKs.
Yeah.
And the AKs go about halfway. I'd say it goes about halfway, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so how the fuck does it go through JFK? Then it has some travel, and then it's not going straight anymore. It's not going straight anymore since it curves, which is possible. That can happen.
Yeah.
And then it hits the seat, and then goes through the seat, hits the guy in the back, goes through, then through his leg, wrist, whatever. That's a lot of lost velocity from it not going straight anymore. Yeah. That's a lot of mass to travel through. I don't know.
Yeah, and
like
then,
if you look at 50 BMGs, like like a 50 BMG that goes in like one of those 50 cal Berettas, those huge guns that go.
Yeah.
If you shoot like metal plates with that, like you'd think if it lined up in like 20 metal plates or something, you'd think it'd go through all of them. No, it goes through like 5, and then stops because every time it impacts into something,
it loses.
It stops. It stops, and then it stops. Yeah. And you have so much, and then if you take that bullet, goes through JFK, curves, loses velocity, hits the back of the seat, then short amount of travel time between the seat and the guy's back, boom, it's stopping, and it's hitting fabric.
Yeah.
Too, which I don't know. I don't see how it could have gone so far.
Yeah, and that would be the bullet that they found on McConnell's fucking thing at stretcher at the hospital. That was in perfect condition.
Yeah. Wait. The bullet was in perfect condition?
Yeah. It was
No. Impossible.
Yeah,
literally impossible. That's impossible.
Well, see,
that's literally impossible.
Yeah, I know.
If you get any lead bullet, even 50 cals, humongous 50 cals, even
Just-
20 millimeters,
Dude,
like
just look up bullet found.
that's literally impossible.
Dude, Google it. Bullet found on Connolly's stretcher. Dude, wait until you see this bullet. The bullet looks brand new. I mean, it looks like it was. I mean, it had scrapes on the side.
That's fucking impossible.
Yeah, I know.
That's fucking impossible. I've seen so many, even bullets that hit ballistic gel get fucking flattened, bro.
Yeah.
Even those there's 20 millimeter snipers, like ones that are on tripods that they use to shoot at fucking heavy artillery, like tanks and shit.
Yeah.
They're huge. They make. Here, let me show you a picture, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking yawning. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Know how many bullets I pulled out of fucking deer? Holy shit, dude.
Well, yeah. Well, even then, even if you take one of the biggest bullets that I think of right now, which is one of these 20 millimeters, this thing's huge.
Yeah.
When this thing impacts with things, even if it's not hard, it'll flatten.
Yeah.
Because there's so much impact.
Yeah.
Because even if it's a light amount of thing, even if it's just flesh, it smacks against it, and its mass presses into itself, and it flattens or it fragments, and then it goes through the thing.
And that, out of the whole JFK thing, for me, that bullet right there,
That's the most ridiculous
that
thing.
ruins everything.
Yeah, that really throws it.
It ruins everything. That bullet right there seals the deal for me that something ain't right. Because it just ruins everything. That bullet it would not look like that.
No.
Would not look like that at all.
I've never heard of a bullet ever being preserved, even when shooting
No.
into fucking ballistic gel,
No.
man. Like,
There's too much velocity. There's too much speed. As soon as it hits
especially
something.
the Carcano. That's going 2,200 feet.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking, I think it was, hold on, let me read the grain.
As soon as it hits something. That would be like getting in a fucking car accident in the front of your car not being damaged.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit something, there's gonna be shit. There's gonna be damage. There's gonna mushroom.
The grain of the bullet, so that lead piece on the top. The
Yeah.
grain. It is a, hold on. I'm having a hard time finding it now.
Yeah, it's completely impossible. And that right there kills the whole
162 fucking grain.
Yeah.
That's a big ass piece of lead.
Yeah.
And now a big ass piece of lead going 2,200 fucking feet per second.
It's gonna
It doesn't
smash.
matter what it hits. If it could hit paper.
Yeah.
If it hits, it's gonna get deformed.
Yeah.
It's gonna get deformed once it hits something.
Yep.
Like heavy enough. Once it
That bullet right there, it looks like they just cut right off the top of a fucking shell
yeah,
and set it right there.
dude, that is fucking insanity.
I can't believe you've never seen that.
I've
that
never seen
picture.
the bullet. I've
Yeah.
never seen the bullet.
Yeah.
I just assumed
That there is supposedly the magic bullet that did all that fucking damage.
that's fucking retarded, man. That's not how bullets work.
No.
But I guess the people don't know any better, huh? I guess your average person doesn't know any better. No offense to my father. My father would be like, "You're crazy."
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about, man?
That bullet shouldn't look like
Oh look,
that.
there's a picture of a bunch of
all,
guys
all
shooting
the
at each other.
all the damage that bullet did, there shouldn't even be that. There should be fragments all spread out in that fucking car and all through fucking what's his name's body.
Yep.
Should have been fucking fragments by the time it came out of Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right because that's enough mass
Yeah.
with the bullet. It would have fragmented. Which then I believe it. I believe that it would go through so much if it like managed to hit JFK, push through, fragment, and then somehow one managed by some magical means get through all that shit. I'd be like, okay, sometimes bullets do weird things. Yeah. That's through the means of physics, literally impossible.
You know who came up with that the theory?
Who?
One of our great Pennsylvanians, Arlen Specter. He was a senator for Pennsylvania. A fucking Pennsylvanian came up with that fucking idea. That's fucking insulting.
Typical. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some shits on a shingle and some funnel cake. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a magic bullet.
Shit.
So I guess stop right there before we use everything that we'd use in a Kennedy episode.
Yeah.
Dude, with Kennedy, you could never run out.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's
There's so
gonna
much-
be a big episode.
There's so much
That's
shit
gonna
with
be a big
that.
episode.
Hell, who knows? My neighbor fucking Bob over there could have been involved in it. Shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, all right. Did we talk about everything? Really?
Yeah, she was a whore. I just, whatever. She stole my fucking golden goddess.
I remember I told you last night, man. I thought she was pretty cute. I was like, wow, she's a real cutie.
She stole my golden goddess.
She's a really good-looking girl.
It was kind of depressing to because I always liked the story. I always knew about her and I read shit about her, but I just read too much. I listened to too much.
You disappointed yourself.
And I almost want to say she kind of became a little devalued to me.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's the way she lived. That's like Elton John and his gay lover there, I guess, Bernie Taupin. They wrote that song about her. But then they changed it. That was cheap. They changed it to Diana when she died. How fucking generic was that? Two of the greatest songs. I don't really not into them, but they're listed as two of the greatest song writers of all time. They couldn't come up with something different for her. They had to just take a song they wrote for Marilyn Monroe and change the fucking words around. That's kind of cheap. You know what, Elton John? You're a cheap fuck, dude. You're a fucking jerk off.
Well, you know what they say, man.
Yep.
Yep. They say
So,
They say it. Yeah.
So, okay.
You guys at home, you guys know what they say.
If anyone on our Facebook is actually listening to our shit, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks for
Because
listening to the page.
how many followers we got?
We have 100 followers, but not 100 listens. So what the fuck are you guys doing?
We actually got 100 followers. I think they just show up for the shit posting, which that's cool too. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Because every time they share something, they're sharing the name of our podcast.
100 people liked the page and 101 follow. Who the fuck followed and didn't like?
We're calling you out.
Shit out
I'm calling you out. You know what? You better if you hear this motherfucker, we're on to you.
You know what? It's probably me. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure I liked it, and then I unliked it, and then I liked it because I didn't know what I was doing. I think I fucking...
Okay, never mind. We found out who it is.
But, yeah, so there's that. Oh, shit! I know what I wanted to say at the beginning. Yeah, so I just want to thank Wheeler Walker Jr. for fucking acknowledging my a tweet on fucking Twitter. Granted, the answer was no. Whatever, that's cool. But he acknowledged it.
Yeah, I hope he comes and listens to it.
And all those other questions people were asking him, he gave you the nicest.
Yes, he
answer.
did.
He just said no. He was
He
just
just
like,
said no.
He's just like no.
He didn't shit all over your
Yeah,
existence.
Dude, one dude was like, "Hey Wheeler, do you like such and such? I guess some country artist or something." And
He's
Wheeler was like,
he's my favorite. He's like, I did. I'm fucking
like him now. And then another one, he's like, no, I think, what did he say? I think he's a shit face or something. And now I think you're a shit face too.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Well,
that was
you
awesome.
know what, man? Wheeler Walker Jr. If that spurred him to listen to it, now he's like, that drink of the theory. You can go check him out.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Wheeler Walker, thanks, man. I actually really like you, man.
Yeah.
You're a cool guy.
Yeah, I keep waiting to drop on him because a lot of times he'll ask, I'm getting on a plane. What podcast should I listen to? But
Yeah, you should. What you should do is you should message or not message him. You should tweet at him again if he's looking for podcasts, and you should put in that tweet. You should be like, "Hey man, you said you didn't listen to our podcast, but why don't you give us a listen, please and thanks, love you." And just be nice. Maybe he'll listen. And then maybe
no, I don't think he's like that.
No, just throw it out there. Leave the door open. He doesn't have to listen, but if he does, thanks.
Dude, I think he told someone he was gonna fuck him in the ass or something. He
Well,
gets brutal.
Well,
dude.
Wheeler Walker, if you need an ass,
Don't look at me, man.
No, you can look at me, man.
Yeah, somebody asked him, when you measure your penis, do you go from the underside or the top? He says, I go from your asshole.
Oh, shit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, some of them were fucked up, man.
He's a cool guy. I wish I was friends with Wheeler Walker, man.
I don't know if I could be.
You don't think you could be?
I don't know.
Why? You don't think you could be friends with him?
I don't know.
Dude, I think I could be fucking friends with him. I think I could fucking fuck with people with him. I'd fucking love doing that. Wheeler Walker, be my friend, buddy.
Somebody asked him, do a collaboration with Dave Mustaine. He said no. The guy said, come on, man. He goes, fuck off, man.
Oh, shit. That's fucking funny shit. All right, yeah, so, I don't know. Say what you gotta say. About the Facebook.
What you say? All right, so should I link the Twitter? Are we done with all this stuff? Are we doing Twitters now?
Yeah.
Okay, so follow us at Twitter at Drinking a Theory, no spaces. It's just drink and a theory. If you want to follow my Twitter is at Jimmy Bones My Guy. We have an Instagram. It's drink_and_a_theory_podcast. We're on SoundClouds. Look up Drinking a Theory. We're on iTunes. Look up fucking Drinking a Theory, you fucking idiot. We're on Facebook. Look up Drinking a Theory, you fucking retard. And we're on Stitcher. And if you haven't fucking figured it out yet, it's Drinking a Theory, you fucking mongrel.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I love you. Keep listening, please. For the love of God.
And don't listen to And This Is Why We Drink podcast because they're a bunch of douchebags.
Yeah, because they're women.
Yeah.
And I don't like women.
They suck. They fucking
I'm kidding.
suck.
I listened to their first episode.
I'm calling them out right now. They suck.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I listened to their first episode and they were alright.
I'm not gonna lie. I think they suck.
Damn. I guess this is the start of the beef. The non-existent beef. the beef that they don't even know about.
They probably never will. Who cares? They suck.
What if they're like, hey, you want to do a co-podcast?
Be like, hey, you suck.
What if they're like, we're going to come out to special place, Pennsylvania. I almost said the name. Come out to Pennsylvania. We're going to come out there and we can sit in and do a podcast with you guys.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, what if they did that?
I don't know. Be pretty hard to swallow.
Was that supposed to be like a joke? Because they're two women?
No, just say it. I don't know. I don't like them.
Why don't you like them, man?
Because I don't like them.
Wow. Is it because they're women and you're sexist?
No, I don't
you're
like them.
You're sexist, man.
I ain't sexist.
Man? You're on the wrong side of history.
I ain't sexist. I only said bitch twice this episode.
Wow.
3 times?
Wow, you really said it a third time.
Oh.
Well, you know what? You're definitely, I guess, making it better, man. I think.
I gotta take a dump, so we're gonna have to wrap this the fuck up.
It's that time.
Yeah, I gotta.
It's poopy time.
I gotta shit.
Poopy time. I like poopy. Toilet humor. Poop.
Wow.
Alright, guys. That was Drinking Theory. Check us out next week. Next week's a free episode. Every 5 episodes, we do an episode where we talk about whatever the fuck we want. We don't even plan it. We just come in and we're like, whatever. We're gonna talk and then we'll figure something out.
Yeah, if you want to hear us say something or make fun of someone, give us a shout out on Twitters or Facebooks.
If you're a girl and you have nice boobs, go to my Twitter and DM me your boobs.
Wow.
Just the boobs, nothing else.
Yeah, don't show me your face. I don't want any personalization. I don't want to feel attached.
That was awesome. Jesus. All right, I'm turtling, dude.
Okay, this is Drinking a Theory, everybody. See you later. Fuck off. I love you.
All right, bye.
Bye.